We're live. Welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Happy April 2022 to all of you. Hope you had a wonderful April Fool's Day. And if you got pranked, tough shit. Deal with it. Joining me as always is my international band of brothers, Lukasz, Rytkowski, Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology, Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition. Lord Babyface will be joining us soon, we hope. If not, he might be. Is he down in Disney yet, guys? I don't know.
Yeah, he might not make it. He might be, Disney, and it's actually during the day, so that's why.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was down there, if he was going there tomorrow, or if he was going there today.
No,
text message yesterday, and
he went there. I think on Wednesday or Thursday, Wednesday. So he's been there for about 2 days now.
That's a lot. Disney is a lot. If any of you out there in listener land have never been to Disney World, it is an ordeal. Even if you're a little kid, you're dragging ass. And I haven't been there since I was 24, 23. That's been a good 10, 12 years at least. Anyway, post up any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart ass remarks you guys have for us. We'll get to anything and everything over the course of our tenure with you today. How's life, gentlemen?
Good.
Yeah. Business has been steady. Lucas looks like he's got a smirk on his face, like he's hiding something.
Yeah, we all got pranked, right?
Did you? Did I miss something?
You saw the post that Shane made on April Fool's on Stack as far as Glaxon and their new pre-workout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Fool's Gold. Yeah, I saw that one. We had a question about that yesterday on the live Q&A that Sandy and I did.
Is this for real? Is this the real launch, or is just the April Fool?
I think it's. I mean, if it's on their store, and you can purchase it for $50, but I think it's. Did they change it?
How can someone launch that kind of shit?
Well, it's tongue in cheek. So I mean, it's they're doing it as a gag on purpose to try to make fun of the whole April Fool's thing and get they're making fun of all the other underdosed prop blended pre-workouts.
Well, it should be called like gold piss or something like that, because this shit just doesn't fly at all.
It's called that's why it's called Fool's Gold, because it's not a real legitimate pre-workout. It's a bunch of caffeine and niacin and beta alanine. So I mean, I think if you look at the labels and what they're going with, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like, they're doing this to make fun of all of the other pre-workouts.
The only issue I have with this is that, like, well, I make fun of April Fools myself. I'm pretty sure everybody who has a little bit of intelligence would. But don't you think that the best way of, like, protesting, so to speak, or making fun of it is ignoring it?
I don't know if you need to protest it or anything. Like, I think they're doing.
No, I mean, it's just like, what? It's so childish. The whole April's Foolish, so childish. Like, obviously not necessarily protested, because who gives a fuck? It's just, I think, like, with Dwayne Johnson announcing that he's going to do a bodybuilding show, which was a prank, obviously. But I think, like, you can see these things like a mile away, and they be coming to a point where it's like, really? I mean, it's just, I think the humor has been lost in April's Fool a long time ago. And I think the best way is just ignoring it. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, I gave it like a little smirk, just like Lukasz did, and I was like, okay, really, okay, let's move on.
I really liked what Ghost did last year, as far as like the pump formula in bacon flavor. That was a pretty good stuff. Plus, they launched the product.
Yeah,
and honestly, the one more product that I wanted to shout out and also like said like a big props was Quest. Quest Nutrition came up with the Kombucha drink. I don't know if you guys saw it, and they also like made the product like kombucha infused with protein, 30 grams per shake, which was I never see something like this, so it was really creative. But
I agree. That was creative because you expected they would lie because it's April Fool's, but actually didn't. They actually launched it.
Yeah, exactly. But when I saw this crap, it was like, what the hell is that? So yeah.
Well, from all the saying, this is an actual pre-workout they're releasing. So I mean, I find it funny more than anything how they're actually making fun of everybody else, what they do with what people put on their labels and stuff. So the OG yo-yo blend that everyone else now uses, that's funny and very tongue in cheek.
Am I the only one that that's not laughing?
Yeah, no, I'm joining you. I'm also not laughing. Sorry.
I think it's pretty amusing. I mean,
Uh,
it is
I
funny.
think it's been done. I think the whole April's Fool. I think the prop blends have been done. We made fun of them, a lot, and I think this is something. It's kind of is expected by that people will launch something like that, or at least announce something like that on April's Fools. Again, nothing wrong with it. It's okay. Some people find it maybe amusing, which is fine. But yeah, I'm with Lukasz on this
Yeah,
one.
fair enough. I think I'm more intrigued by the little smart ass names they put for each of the blends. That's something I don't think we've seen anybody really doing it. They're kind of poking fun at everybody else that tries to overhype what they call the different blends and stuff on their labels. So I found that kind of amusing. So where is this Quest thing? Let me pull up this Quest thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's also on site.
Lukasz, Quest was last year, right?
No, this year.
Oh, it's this year. Okay.
Yeah, last year they also did something. I don't remember what, but it was also like something connected with functional foods. But yeah, they're always staying creative, and most of all, they're producing the product. So that's why I was curious if Glaxon decided to launch this product, or was it just like a joke?
I'm trying to look up Quest Nutrition Kombucha. I'm not getting much of anything.
I saw a photo. I saw a photo somewhere, but I also don't know where.
Nothing's coming up when I'm searching for it.
Was
it on Stack 3D at all?
Yeah, it was on Stack.
Let's see. All right. Before we get to that, Sridhar, the Lord is missing today. We think he got lost with Disney somewhere. Mickey Mouse abducted him or whatever.
The link on the private.
There we go. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Lukasz.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Quest Nutrition puts 30 grams of protein into sweet and refreshing kombucha tea. All right.
And that's creative, I gotta say.
3 grams of carbohydrates with only a gram of sugar. That's what's kind of impressive about the kombucha, because most of the stuff that you see sold around here in the stores and at the farmers markets, it's like 38 grams of sugar in a serving.
Yeah.
And it's basically fermented soda. That's all it is. I mean, it's gross. Yeah. And I don't really like the taste of it much either. But this is interesting.
Yeah, this is one of those things. It's either going to taste very good or very bad.
Yeah. Is it on their website yet?
I don't think so.
Is it a limited release?
I think it's just like an April's Fool, type of thing.
A limited release, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, Quest Kombucha is a prank, and a convincing one at that. The brand has crafted a whole pitch confirming that alongside the 30 grams of protein is 3 grams of carbs. Okay, so this isn't even a real product, though. Okay, so it's not. So it's a prank. Okay.
But still, I think it's cool.
Okay.
Where's Quest based?
It's a good question. Let's see.
Well, it's a U.S. brand.
Yeah, I thought it was California, but I know they sold it. I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Right now, they are like strictly U.S. focused brand.
Oh, you can't find them in Europe?
Well, they pulled out from Europe.
Why?
Like 1 or 2 years ago. I think it was due to the deal that they had. Plus, I also think that they had some issues with the distributors and so on. Plus, the manufacturing wasn't that consistent, and that's why I think they lost it. Plus, with all these reformulations of their products, the bars just got lost, in this whole functional foods, competition, if I could say that,
Yeah, they are based in California.
California.
California. Yeah. I'm not even going to try to pronounce French. I'm going to assume it says hello, gentlemen, and hello, Sridhar from Alex. Mm-hmm. Did you break your daily step record, Lukasz?
No.
Is it even possible?
Well, the highest amount that I've ever did was 60,000, but I'm not like aiming for that like every day, you know.
Most I ever got, I think, was 33. That's an obscene amount of steps.
Yeah, but the 60,000 I did with the two of my friends. We went for a long hike in the forest. Went for like almost 7.5 hours. So it was a long hike.
Gotcha. Hello, Simon.
This
Simon says hello to all. Devin, look forward to someone double scooping this product in reference to the Specimen Fool's Gold. I mean, if that thing already lights your face on fire at the regular serving, I'm sure double serving it will make it that much more miserable. And Joey's affinity for niacin is it's going to light you up if you've ever tried it. Hello, Supplement Kings. Hello, Imva.
As a matter of fact, I take a pre-workout today, just like wake up myself, because I didn't want to like drink coffee, so I decided to like take a scoop in the head and just like go with my day. Yeah. And then I noticed that it had like 50 milligrams of niacin, and I did this flash, which we all know about, but every time when I get this fucking feeling, this fucking burning in my skin, it's like I'm annoyed. I'm more annoyed than I have like a pleasant feeling or something like that. It just pisses me off, I'm not like, I don't have any beta tingles anymore because I'm supplementing beta-alanine on the daily basis. And I'm taking like 6 grams every day, 6 to 7 grams on average. So it doesn't bother me at all. As far as this niacin is just like, what's the point of adding it? And some brands are even adding like stupid amounts to their products. So I just don't understand that.
Oh, it's the same thing with multivitamins. I don't need 4,000% of B12 or something like that in a multivitamin.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. Put 100% in there if you want to go up to 200% because you're a super active athlete. Sure, but some of those weird dosages don't make sense. So
I think it's because it's cheap and they're trying to impress. They're also trying to compete with each other. I mean, that becomes a bit of an issue because I think that we have a situation like, for example, and you're right, Robert. I mean, when you have, say, 100 milligram of something, which is more than enough, but everybody's putting 3,000, even though 100 is more than enough, for those that don't understand, they start judging you. Well, you're not putting as much as the other company. It's becoming like a dick measurement competition, and it becomes a problem where people like doing something to impress. And we've seen some dosages of some, and I'm the first one to constantly say like, oh, we have to do clinical dose, we have to not underdose and stuff. But then you get like, and you see some supplements, some ingredients that just don't justify those crazy numbers and have absolutely no logic behind them, just because, I mean, the only reason why they exist is because they're cheap and somebody's trying to impress. And I think that that's the reason why. The same thing is with niacin. Fucking lights up your skin on fire and provides no other benefit whatsoever. But you have, and then this is not to criticize TJ or anything like that, but him constantly saying, we love the beta-alanine tingles. Yeah, I mean, it's questionable. Some people actually don't like them, but just to have that sensation of something is happening with my body. I mean, those niacin, that feeling is just not pleasant. I mean, I don't know one person who would say that he's enjoying it. And even if you are enjoying it, you have to ask yourself, what the fuck is the benefit of it? Like, what does it do?
Yeah.
Robbie, did you notice that when review bros, for example, are doing a review of a pre-workout, and they didn't see on the label or on the formula, the big beta-alanine, they always or in 95%, they always degrade the product.
Everybody does, including TJ, Review Brothers. I mean, it's unfortunate. Actually, one of the first ones to notice it was, or to point it out was, I think Robert, when he was still with Price Plow, I remember years and years and years ago, where he said, well, beta-alanine in a pre-workout is not really a necessity. Does it help? Yeah. And I remember, like, I learned from there, where it's something that, like, you taking it on a daily basis. Obviously, it's a supplement for you, so it provides benefit. But people that are buying a pre-workout that has, I don't know, 20 servings, and they're using a pre-workout 3-4 times a week or something like that, they're getting very, very little concrete benefit from beta-alanine, other than tingles. And does it do something? Yeah, of course it does, but to what extent? But it's the tingles. It's a side effect of using an ingredient, but does it provide what even caffeine does, or alpha GPC, or I don't know, like, other ingredients that actually have a concrete evidence on nitrates that they do something to help you with your workout? And I think it's just that niacin, oh, you gotta feel the burn in your skin. Why? What does it do? Like, stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's involved in nitric oxide production to a certain degree, but I don't think it's limiting. I don't think that's the limiting factor by any stretch of the imagination. Kind of like malic acid with citrulline malate. The malic acid component's not really doing anything, because that, in the buffering of ammonia or the production of nitric oxide, malic acid is not the limiting factor in it in any way, shape, or form. So, Alex, I assume the Mansport gum was an April Fool's joke. Yes. Just aside from the fact that you cannot fit 25 grams of anything into, 16 pieces of gum, that you would not be able to fit 25 grams of protein. It's physically not possible to do that. But yeah, this is a gag. And, as Shane wraps up at the bottom of the article, it was an early April Fool's Day prank. I wonder if that pisses him off more than anything.
Yeah,
he has to go and do all these bogus stories on his website.
It's already expected. Like, we know that this is exactly what's going to happen next year. It's like almost, and somebody will release an actual product on April 1st. Somebody's going to release an actual product, and nobody's going to be taking it seriously. So I assume, of course, nobody's going to release a product on April 1st. But all the releases and everything, I mean, it's pretty much expected that, even if you're not going to say 100%, but 9 out of 10. And that's, modestly speaking, that's going to be a prank that is expected.
Yeah. Transitioning to a product that actually is going to be released, we've got the new pre-Jym, or the new Jym Extreme. It's not replacing the old Jym, but this is kind of their more fully loaded pre-workout. So let's pull this up.
Yeah, the formula is already out there.
38 grams. Any initial impressions, gentlemen?
Honestly, you know what? When it came out, I remember, I think Shane was already in Florida, and we were texting back and forth about it. Honestly, I like it. I mean, this is what we kind of, I guess, were expecting. We knew he's going to put the BCAAs in it, and that became like a huge point of everybody criticizing it. But I'm willing to overlook it. And the reason is because, let's take a bunch of other pre-workouts, right? There is so much shit in them that doesn't belong. I'm not talking about BCAAs, just in general. Or you have, ineffective products, under those products, prop blends products, nonstop. I mean, over here, BCAAs basically, they do nothing, but they're not really, in a way, they're not really, taking anything away from a pre-workout or for what it's actually going to do. This is probably like just an ingredient that doesn't need to be there, but at the same time doesn't cause any damage to the formula. It's not making the product any worse than it, it's supposed to be. But overall, if you look at the ingredients, I remember I thought that maybe focus should be a little bit higher to an extent, but again, nitpicking. I think the energy is exactly what you expect from his market. Jym pump, of course, is through the roof. I mean, he did a great job with that. I mean, it does look like a premium product. I think that they achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve. And I think they're hitting the demographic very, very well. I think it's a good product for Jym Army, for their followers, for their market. I think they did an outstanding job, to be honest.
Lukasz?
You know what? I think that Shane did the summation of this product really well, because this week he had on his podcast Drew Peters from Alpha Lion, and they were discussing this product. And Drew mentioned that one of the brands launched a product that was like, included BCAAs in their formula, and I already straight away knew that it was Jym's product that he talked about. But honestly, BCAAs added here are more like as Robbie said, more like I would say, trademark of Jym.
Yeah.
Because it's something that differs this product from other like 90% of the products, because no one's adding BCAAs nowadays to the pre-workouts. I'm not a huge fan, and you guys know that. I don't like aminos in pre-workouts, because for me it's like a lack of space, and basically it's like
useless.
Yeah, it's useless. It's basically like putting money into cash, into trash straight away. I didn't understand why he increased the creatine HCl that much, like 4 grams. It's a bit high for me, and plus it's not cheap ingredient. Especially the concrete, it's not cheap. So I just don't understand why he put money into this ingredient instead of, like, for example, like maybe increasing other ingredient, or like adding something else to it. As far as like the citrulline and the nitrates, yeah, that's awesome. And I think that by adding these components, he basically upgraded the last formula. So at the end, he achieved what he probably wanted to achieve, which is like offer consumers upgraded product, which he did.
Yeah, he delivered.
Yeah, so I think that the Jym Army will be happy with that. Will I buy this product? I don't think so, but if someone would give me a sample of it just to try, yeah, sure, I will give it a go, But as far as like, a pre-workout, I'm more like a strictly steam-based type of a product, because from my standpoint, when I'm searching for a pre-workout, I'm always like aiming for, only stems, just to keep me going.
I agree with Lukasz, because this is what I'm impressed, not even impressed. What I have to give props to this product for is it's aimed at Jym's customers. I mean, that's exactly, it's like, he's not trying to reinvent himself. He's not trying to do something else. He just targets, his customer base. And I think they did a great job. Of course, we could nitpick that maybe we would prefer straight citrulline to citrulline melee, and other adjustments, and throw out BCAs, of course, because they're not needed. But he stuck to his guns, and I think that he delivered exactly what everybody. I don't think anyone within the industry would be surprised with this. I actually watched, Drew saying that, about the BCAs. I listened to that podcast, and yeah, obviously he was talking about Jym. But let's face it, Jym Stepani within the industry, maybe he's not the most popular person. I'm not a big fan myself, to be honest. But you know what? I mean, what is perfect? I mean, what? We can criticize Alpha Lion too, easily. We can criticize Hooligan and Assassin easily. Every product can be criticized, and rightfully so. And any brand can be criticized. I don't think that we can talk about the formula. And I like what Lukasz said again, because he said he would personally not buy it, but he did acknowledge that it's a good product for what it's intended. And I think that we've seen so many crappy products. This is, by any stretch, this is not a crappy product. This is a solid, good product. It's just not for Lukasz, and not for me either. But well done.
What did Drew specifically say about the BCAAs? Y'all have mentioned that he said something about it, but what exactly did he say in regards to the product?
Well, he just mentioned that, if you're making like a full dose type of a product, like how can I say, fuck it type of a pre-workout. That's what Shane and Drew said. That they wouldn't like put funds into like aminos and adding them strictly to our, full dose type of, pre-workout, that this is like a statement and says, fuck you all, just like, instead they would go with a different route and basically, offer like a different spin to the product, by like maybe adding some other unique ingredients, or like doing a bit different pathways, just to like, gain exactly same results, which is like improve performance, energy, get more focus, those kinds of things, but doing it on a different path,
Yeah. I do find the addition of 100 milligrams of theanine kind of interesting. There's really not much more added stimulants they added to this product where I'd feel that the theanine would be necessary or even warranted. Because dynamine and teacrine, yeah, they increase energy, but I don't think it has the same kind of like kick in the ass and overstimmed feeling that caffeine does. So if they had bumped the caffeine up to 350 or 400, I could understand why they put in the 100 milligrams from their point of view. But for that seems like the oddball addition when you're just adding in dynamine and teacrine. They didn't mess with the alpha size or the huperzine here.
Do
I
you
don't
guys
remember how much tyrosine's in the original one.
do you guys think that, the more brands are doing like a repeatable route, that they are like, oh, other brands put theanine to their product, so we should do it as well.
100%. They all copying each other. I can see a hooligan hints in so many products. It's just like obviously it's copied and modified. They all copy each other, and sometimes without using any logic whatsoever. Robert is right. Let's be honest. Theanine in here is completely. Theanine everywhere, I think, in a pre-workout is useless. But in this product, it's just like, what does it do? But at the same time, same as BCAs. But again, going to Alpha Lion. Alpha Lion had 300 or 350 milligram of theanine in their pre-workout, and it wasn't like such a kick-ass, hardcore, badass pre-workout that it need to be tamed. But nevertheless, they had a hefty dose of theanine in it. I remember it was just crazy. Why people do it? No idea. And we had Mark Glazier on here, and I remember when he said that his opinion that theanine belongs with caffeine, and that's how he does things and how he likes it. And he compared him to me, and he knows that I don't like theanine, but he does like it. But then Unbound didn't have theanine, in a pre-workout. It just didn't. I think that just a lot of brands are copying each other. And there was some data about theanine and caffeine, and they're using it. The most sophisticated ones, like I remember Robert pointing out, where theanine is stacked with nootropic. Yes, that makes sense. Of course, when the dosages correspond to each other and they make sense. But in a pre-workout, we've been through this. It makes no sense. And this is also not a very strong pre-workout for it to include theanine. So yeah, it's one of those things. I think that we cannot win this battle. If somebody chooses to put theanine in a pre-workout, let them put theanine in a pre-workout just like they do with BCAAs. Fuck it.
Yeah, and I just to correct what I said, they did double the alpha size. The original formula has 150 milligrams. The next one has the new extreme version, or the advanced version has 300. So that was my bad.
But the original will stay 150, right? And this one,
the original will stay as
it.
is.
Okay.
I am glad they got rid of the beetroot extract, because that is a worthless ingredient at that dosage, in my opinion. That's just
500 milligrams doesn't do shit. So yeah.
The pine bark extract at 180 milligrams is a step in the right direction.
Way better, yeah.
100%. There was a recent study that came out that combined beetroot extract powder, because most of the studies on beetroot, it's all beetroot juice, and they give them 500 milliliters or a liter of beetroot juice before exercise, and that increases the nitrate levels. This study actually used a beetroot powder like we see in all the supplements. The caveat was they used 2.1 grams worth of the stuff, and it was a standardized beetroot extract, standardized to, I don't remember if it was 9 or 10% nitrates. So, yeah, I'm glad that is a good step in the right direction, getting rid of the beetroot powder and putting in the pine bark extract. So, yeah. Interesting. I'm curious to see how many people are going to sign off and go pay the however much it is. $80 price tag, whatever it was. what is it?
Still, it's a
65.
it's a good move, right direction. But am I impressed? No, not that much. I was expecting something different, but
What would you do? I mean, like, because we say that sometimes, like, we're not impressed with it. What do we expect from pre-workouts these days? What is a step in the right direction towards making the next evolution of a pre-workout?
doing something different, man. Not just like doing copy paste. Not just like going with this scheme which we all laugh about, which is like betaine 3 grams, beta-alanine 3.2 grams, citrulline 6 grams, or even up to 12 grams. Nowadays you can see like so many brands are like doing this dick measuring contest, how much creatine citrulline I can put in my pre-workout just to make it better. It doesn't work like that. You can do a lot of good stuff by using completely different ingredients. You don't have to always like put same stuff as others.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned like before, sometimes you can make a super effective product based on just like 4 or 5 ingredients. And Robbie can agree to that.
Absolutely.
I will give you a perfect example, and I'm not gonna be biased or anything like that. But for example, this week I will be getting the Molotov from Apollon. And when I saw the formula at first, I was like, "Damn, that's a product that I love to see." Because it's based on like just like a few ingredients in like great dosages. And most of all, it's well thought product. It has this synergistic effect. You can see that the ingredients are not just like, okay, let's put this, and that, and let's pray that it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm giving props to Robbie for launching it. I didn't try it yet, so if this shit's not gonna work, then I will like bash it on the next live for sure. But yeah, it's just like,
Because the thing is that, and I agree with you. I mean, don't forget. I'm not going to deny there are some products that we have that have a fucking list this big, but like a pre-workout, like different components and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we wanted to do a non-stem fat burner, right? I mean, what can we possibly do? Stems were obviously out. That was not the point. We could have done some focus ingredients and turn it into like something like bare knuckle, right? So it's a stem free, but it has the focus and it has the pump ingredient and whatnot. But the thing is that we already have the one with so much paradoxin that tastes obviously a little spicy, and that's black tulip. So we didn't want to do it in a powder form. And powder form, we could have thrown more ingredients. It's already one of the top 3 most expensive products that we have as is. So throwing even more ingredients would just go through the roof. So the decision was to make it into like 4 capsules or under. There's only so much you can squeeze, and you wanted to make sure that that it's effective. Everything came together very well. And to be honest with you, I don't know, Robert, if you remember this, but I had actually 1 ingredient less than the formula as it is today, until Robert, it was actually not related at all, got in touch with me about a study. I remember this, Robert, about Capsimax. And the Capsimax was actually directed. I'm not going to say what it was for, but it was not for this product. Completely not for this product. But then it just made sense that it's not a stimulant. And, at a clinical dose of 100 milligram, it would just add with a thermogenesis. And that's it. So at the end, it was like 4 or 5 ingredients, but they're effective, like you said. It seems like everybody is so obsessed with copying each other. And I hate the term kitchen sink because I really, really fucking hate it. I think it's stupid. But unfortunately, a lot of companies do exactly that. They throw everything that they can think of. In most cases, it's not even good, because most of those ingredients, when they add up, especially the proper clinical dosages that actually work, it becomes ridiculously expensive. So what are they doing? And we've seen those labels. They fucking underdose the shit out of it. So at first glance, you look at the supplement facts and you're like, holy fuck, amazing profile, amazing ingredients, amazing formula. And then you look at the numbers and you, what the fuck is this? You know, this is just a joke. And sometimes I admit I get annoyed when I ask the question like, how is Assassin different from Hooligan? Or I had a question, something about another product, and I was like, just look up the supplement facts. That's pretty much was my answer to somebody. Yeah. But the guy came back to me, and I respected that. He goes to me, I'm sorry, he says, I don't understand supplement facts. I don't understand the ingredients. This is the customer that obviously heard final scoop from friends, from relatives, from somebody that Apollon Nutrition products are good products. And he decided to purchase them. And he sees there are like 3 different fat burners. And he goes, well, which one is better? And you tell him, like, you're thinking to yourself, like, motherfucker, you just insulted me. All my products are good. What the fuck? Which one is better? Just read the fucking supplement facts and figure out for yourself. But then the guy comes out and he's honest and he says, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm looking for. And I think, again, I said it before, this is where we come in. So when we criticize products or we talk shit about them, we don't talk shit about them. They talk shit about themselves. We're just confirming it. You know, we're confirming that your product is shit because it's either underdosed, overhyped, or it has ingredients that don't work. And we are actually helping the very same guy that doesn't know about supplements. We have to actually break it down to him and explain. And that's the reason, you know, like when you said that sometimes all you need is just a couple of ingredients, and it's true. But we just have to explain why sometimes it's 4 or 5 ingredients and why sometimes it's a long list of ingredients, and does it actually work? Like, you know, we pointed out right now to Jim Stepani. It's nice. He did a good job for his customer base. But, you know, if we were nitpicking, there are quite a few things that not exactly perfect.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we are also consumers, right? So we also provide. So we are also providing our opinion.
Yeah.
That's why I love this show.
I'm sorry, but don't forget, you're the knowledgeable consumer. There is a consumer that is not knowledgeable.
Yeah, but you know, that's why I love this show, because we can always like talk. You know, some people can say, "Oh, these guys just talk shit," you know, about others, but it's nothing like that. We just provide our opinion, and you can take it or not. You can just like live it, or you can say, "I agree with these guys because they did some valid points as far as this or that," you know, and you know that's why I will listen to them, or not. So you know, like I said, this is just our opinion, you know, and as Greg Doucette always says, I'm not your doctor, and I can do exactly the same thing here, you know. We are not your doctor. We don't provide any medical, you know, suggestions or anything like that, you know. We just like trying to be here, you know, just like spread a good word and just like, you know, talk about the industry and the products that we see on a daily basis.
What's going on, Pete? What's wrong with the kitchen sink? Nothing is wrong with it if you have the fine gold sink that Lord Shane has and that he's abandoned in New Zealand. I think where the knock against the kitchen sink is that some brands out in the industry will take they've heard that this ingredient is great for joints, this ingredient is great for joints. So you end up with a joint formula that's got 46 ingredients on there. And a lot of these ingredients are overlapping on each other. It's the same thing as if you're looking at a pre-workout and you put in 10 grams of citrulline, 1,500 milligrams of nitrosogene, and then you put in citrulline nitrate on top of that. There's only so much you can funnel down the citrulline nitrate, the citrulline nitric oxide pathway before it's just overkill and you're just getting spillover. So you can attack something from multiple directions, but putting 1,200 milligrams of alpha GPC plus 2 grams of choline bitartrate plus 500 milligrams of CDP choline, it's all doing the exact same shit in the exact same way. Whereas if you come at it with something that feeds, you got CDP choline plus huperzine plus something that ramps up the the choline acetyltransferase, which is the enzyme that actually catalyzes the production of acetylcholine. You hit it from all these different points. That's where you're getting a multifaceted approach to optimizing a certain pathway in the body. Where we don't like the kitchen sink is where people just throw a bunch of shit because they've heard it's good, and then it doesn't actually do much of anything. So
That's a great topic because you touched some really good points. And I wanted to ask you, because you work directly with some brands, not only with Apollon Nutrition, but also like with others. And I don't want to like say names or anything like that, but you work with like the CEOs of the companies, and when they like reach out to you and they ask for, let's say, like quotes or like suggestions to the formulas, you're the first person that like talks with them and negotiates the deals or anything like that. So when you were like discussing all these things, what is the first like aspect that you like try to how can I say, explain to them, or like say what's good or bad, or like as far as like the kitchen sink, because you know how that goes. Some brand owners can come up to you and say, I want the best pre-workout of it all, but I've got only like let's say $50 to spend on per unit or something like that.
yeah, I mean, so that's a good point, because each brand owner that I've worked with is a little bit different. Some of them say, hey, I kind of take my design philosophy with putting these products together is I'm going to go for like the home run moonshot formula. And from there, we'll start chipping away. So I'll put together a formula and say it comes in at $20 cost of goods. The brand owner says, that's a little much. We know our consumers don't really want that much. They don't want this like gargantuan size supplement profile. They want more simpler formulas, and they just want to stack a couple of formulas. And I'll say, okay, well then we'll start whittling away ingredients to where, say, instead of like the huperzine case, the acetylcholine case, we'll just go with one of those avenues instead of doing a bunch of things. So we won't put in polyphenols and CDP choline and huperzine. We'll just take one of those, or we'll do something like rhodiola, which has some mild cholinergic properties, but isn't a direct fuel source into the input. So we can attack it that way a little bit. Other brand owners will say, hey, look, we're not going to go above 3 capsules if we're doing a capsule formula like a nootropic or a fat burner. They said our consumers we've done feedback. They don't like having more than 2 or 3 capsules at any one serving. They don't want to do that. Whereas you have other brand owners that say, hey man, just do whatever you want to. We'll work out the numbers on the back end. And if we need to trim something, 1 or 2 things, we don't mind doing a premium formula. And in that case, we'll go with there. So it's kind of more of an individual case basis. And if I know I need to hit a certain price point with a brand, or they know that the brand owner doesn't like patented ingredients, or they know their consumers really don't give a crap about if something's got dynamine or teacrine or some other, rip factor, muscle build or something like that. Mm-hmm. It really just kind of depends on what each brand wants and what their core demographic consumer is going for. So it's a little bit of give and take with each case. It's not really the same. So, yeah. Valiant Thor. Theoretical physicists love to work out as well. Are you a theoretical physicist, Valiant Thor? Watching for Los Alamos National Laboratory. Thermal Test Complex. Thank you. Damn. That sounds pretty badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Chris, what's up, gentlemen? What's going on, Chris? How are you? Chris isn't even here for 30 seconds. Robbie's throwing down facts. And we're going to remind everybody to tickle the like button or slap it. If you want to slap the like button, you can do that too. I'm okay with all of that. Smash, kick, judo chop, smack it, pound it, whatever you want to do. I don't even know what the proper terminology is anymore. So, okay. Come on, Stack 3D. There we go. Scrolling through the news feed to see if there's anything else worth.
There is.
Chaos and Pain, the Incredible Bulk.
No. There's something better.
Let me just pull this up then. Okay, what you got? Tell me when to stop, or should I just type it in?
Go down. Down.
Lukasz already knows like where is that anything like
down. 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 Yep, that's the one.
hinting at the long-awaited Hooligan 6. In April or potentially May, Apollon Nutrition does not plan to slow anything down, as is confirmed the upcoming and very near launch of another supplement.
Hey, Robbie, the floor is yours.
It is obviously Hooligan. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When was this? This was actually the formula. I think was done a year and a half ago or something. It was supposed to be launched at the end of the year. This was supposed to be like a, like a business card, like a, that was supposed to be a slam dunk for brand of the year. But clearly, it's along with Lionheart, this one got hit a little bit because of the ingredients and stuff. So we already got the product. It's already in our warehouse. It's ready to go. We decided to launch. I guess I can share the date. We're going to launch it on April 22nd. The reason is that because obviously Robert and Carolina, they have to do their part in terms of like write-ups and marketing and stuff like that. And Carolina just left today. She's on vacation until next Saturday.
Slacker.
Yep, I agree. It's clearly obvious who is actually working in this company. She gets the credit, but I'm the real deal.
Remember, your dog is the first one. You are the second.
That's okay. I'm gonna have my turn soon. But yeah, I mean, listen. The thing is that the idea was obviously, both of you, Lukasz. I think you saw the formula too.
Yeah.
The idea was very, very simple. It's same Hooligan as expected. I think that while Jim Stepani is catering to his audience, we are catering to our audience. So nobody is going to be really surprised as to the formula, except we added a couple of new ingredients. Made a few adjustments, but it's like one of those things. Like when Mercedes is Mercedes, it's just maybe the design slightly different. So this is the design is slightly different. The formula is slightly different, but it's in no shape or form anything is scaled down. Obviously, we just moved forward to make sure that this is the same Hooligan that everybody loves, just better. And for those that don't like Hooligan, that prefer something like Jym Stepani's pre-workout, then they should be skipping this one because there's going to be no surprises. This is not going to be something to target Jym or to compete with Jym. This is going to be a Hooligan that is better than the previous Hooligan. That's all it is. It's very, very simple. If anyone has any questions, feel free. But very proud of this one, obviously, but nothing out of the ordinary.
I wanted to ask you about the background, because when I saw this picture, the first thing that I saw was the raised hands, the people, and is it like also a team towards the Ukraine?
I wish I'd say yes, but no. So the thing is that Hooligan came basically a reference to UK hooligans, the soccer fanatics. So this was basically a design, like you've seen like stadiums and stuff like that. When there is a big game, I mean, some of those hooligans, they go a little bit crazy, so to speak. It's like a big rave fights, fireworks and stuff like that. So this was the background kind of to correspond with the idea of hooligans. But it's we never expected that this is going to be relevant today.
Yeah, because it is like in 100%. So that's why was my question. But yeah.
To be honest with you, you're 100% right. And I wanted to actually to address this, and thank you for asking, because I wanted to address it and say, like, obviously, statements against war and, protests and stuff like that. It just, it's a coincidence, unfortunate coincidence, because, I wish we wouldn't be talking about this subject altogether, but it does correspond with what's going on in the world. And, if you wouldn't see, this could be passing for anti-war protests. This could be, passing for a soccer game. This could be a rave. I mean, you could read into it whatever you want. But yeah, it's actually a good point. Well done.
Yeah.
Skinny Food Company. For y'all tuning in and watching, we got any other questions you want us to tackle, please let us know, and we will get to them.
Can you scroll up again? I mean, there was this one, Vayu. That's one of my favorite brands out of Germany, right? Lukasz, now question for you. The cream of rice. I see like European brands. I mean, they fucking coming out with cream of rice left and right. Is it that popular? What's the story behind it? Because I always thought that cream of rice is something that is very American. I could be wrong, but I see there is like one or two companies in the United States, but in Europe, it's like almost on a weekly basis. I see Shane is sharing something about cream of rice out of Europe.
Remember our conversation like a year ago when I mentioned to you about the cream of rice and
in UK,
and how it's popular. Like I said, I probably gonna say that I'm a wizard or something like that, or like more like a witcher, because I said it. It's gonna boom and it's gonna be fucking insane, and it blew up in Europe. It's just crazy how people liked or even loved this concept of cream of rice. It's easy to digest, it's easy to prepare, and most of all, it's not like maltodextrin based type of a crap. More people are right now more into like, if they're like want some carbs post workout, they always go right now with the cream of rice. And probably due to the popularity of some YouTube channels, and the pros are also showing their lifestyles and so on. It's gained its popularity, and that's why the cream of rice is like it's being launched by probably every brand now. Not only like Vayu released their signature cream of rice, but also we got Applied Nutrition from UK released one, Warrior Supplements released one. Like you can see it on a daily basis, as you said. So yeah, plus they are like now flavored options, so that's even way better.
Two questions. How does Prometeus do with cream of rice? Like, is there a huge demand? And second one, which of the brands are your personal favorites, taste wise, of course?
You know what? We just started selling the Warrior. First one is Warrior Supplements, cream of rice, and it's doing well. We will be picking up Applied after that. So, but it's slowly getting on popularity. As far as my clients from my countries, they're asking about it right now. But yeah, it's definitely something that will gain much more crowd in near future. But what was your second question?
Which one is your favorite that you tried? I'm talking about taste.
You know what? I tried probably one of my favorites was I don't remember the exact flavor, but it was from Trained by JP. The Jordan Peters brand from UK, and it was like cinnamon bun or something like that. Man, it was. I'm a big cinnamon guy, so yeah, it was delicious.
Robert, did you try the American one? What the fuck is the name? Pride Foods?
I have yet to try any cream of rice.
Yeah,
I've only done like for as far as carbohydrates. I mean, it's usually bread or oatmeal or potatoes for me. I mean, or rice or regular rice. I've never done cream of rice.
Like Uncle Dan's, the traditional one. You haven't done that.
No, I've never done cream of rice just in general. This is the one you're talking about, Pride Foods?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I tried because I tried the traditional, the one that you get in the supermarket, and it's really, really good. And especially if you add like a little bit of protein, like a scoop of protein or two, it's really good. But Pride Foods is very I mean, at least it was very popular. I don't know how it's doing now. I tried it, but for some reason, maybe check the ingredients or something. It gives me like a bloat. It tastes good, but I don't know.
Monk fruit. I'm trying to see if they use any sugar alcohols in it or something. If they show me a damn supplement facts.
I don't think so.
Organic white rice. 38 carbs, 4 added sugar. Let's see.
Spirulina extract.
Yeah, it's just for color. That's not going to be any substantial amount. Pink Himalayan salt. Yeah, I mean, maybe the monk fruit's what's giving you something funky, Robbie. That's about the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because I tried a few flavors and all of them were good. I can't say nothing about the taste. It's really good and mixability is amazing. Everything. But I felt like compared to like traditional, the original that they sell in supermarkets, this gave me a slight bloat. I mean, they all flavored, so maybe it has to do with flavoring. Maybe I don't know, but it made me a little like it caused a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah. 12 servings in a package for $15. All right, that's not bad, I guess. I don't know. Brown sugar, blueberry muffin. Taco flavored? Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't even see this. Wow.
Ugh. I mean, I guess if you're doing like a lunchtime, like post-workout meal and you want to put some ground beef with it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It can be good.
Yeah, I guess savory. I don't assume it's like it'd be like doing grits and making savory grits.
Do it
Or I
like
guess, like sweet grits.
something like that. Can be good.
It could be. I've never tried it, so I can't really
Remember,
speak against it.
It's just like grounded rice.
Yeah, and I've never done. I mean, when I see these, I try to think of something almost like oatmeal is more when I see these kind of things. But I've never had, rice porridge, rice pudding, or cream of rice.
The consistency is pretty much like that.
Yeah.
It has this, I would say, this more smoother texture, than oatmeal. Plus, in my opinion, oatmeal sits on your stomach like a bit longer.
Yeah.
And cream of rice is just like offers like a really, really speed, and can ease digestion. So yeah.
Yeah. Valiant Thor initiating a Will Smith slap. Brooke, the argument against pill amount is so confusing. If you want fully dosed, then take your darn pills. Yeah, well, in that case, then we just need to put fewer ingredients if you want to keep the amount of pills there. If you just do a 3-ingredient formula and you get 3 or 4 pills if you fully dose it, I mean, you can do that. So.
Yeah, but then you will have a crowd that will say that, oh, that's too much pills to take on a daily basis. And I'm always like, I'm looking at my pill box and I'm like, oh, what these fuckers are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shovel back like 8 at a time. It doesn't bother me, but I understand some people either don't like to take pills or they have that gag reflex where they try to do it and then it gets stuck in their throat or whatever. So consumers come in all shapes, sizes, colors, preferences, all of that good stuff. Apollon protein cereal. I've started to see keto cereals popping up in our grocery store like crazy for whatever reason. This isn't like some granola eater fancy Whole Foods market either. It's just normal HEB grocery store.
Are you guys
keto cereals all over the place?
Are you guys a big cereal eaters?
I was when I was a kid. Nowadays, I'm not. Like the halfling has Cheerios every now and then, but that's not very often. She typically does eggs and bacon for breakfast.
Robbie, what about you?
Not really, no.
Yeah. How brave he is while she isn't listening. Will Smith's insatiable urge to slap Chris Rock turned out so well. Jada actually let him watch that night. Robbie, any updates on the sleeve formula?
Yeah, it's definitely coming. It's just like with so many releases back to back. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be soon. I mean, it's definitely gonna be soon. It's gonna be in the next few months. It's just with Nootropic and Hooligan and I even forgot what else is coming. I mean, I'm so confused now. It's definitely gonna, yeah. I mean, Logan is definitely on its way. I would say hopefully 2 to 3 months at the most. I know I said it before. It's just like we're so backed up on releases that just want to time everything well. But my guess should be between May and June, maybe.
Are there any new flavors in the works for any of the proteins or aminos?
Yeah. Fuck. Lionheart is getting 2 more flavors at least, possibly more. Over the top with the popularity that it got, which we did not expect considering how stacked it is. That one is getting probably 2. I think we just approved 2 more flavors. On a protein, we just released with the Freedom white chocolate and cinnamon bun, and they're already like so popular that they're gonna stay. Um, and then in 50/50, we at least gonna release one in the next few months. We have to finalize it sometimes. I think next week.
Mm-hmm.
The new Tropic is gonna come in 2 flavors. Yeah, Logan, the Tropic is coming. That one has the supplement engineer signature moves on that all over the place.
That'll be
Uh,
fun. I'm looking forward to that release.
Actually, Robert was the only one to try it. Nobody else tried. I haven't tried it. And his thumbs up was enough. Yeah, so quite a few new flavor. Bare knuckle new flavor is also in the works. I think that's going to be before the end of summer. We're going to have a new bare knuckle flavor as well. So yeah, few.
Sweet. Can't wait for it, Robbie. Glad to hear that nothing is toned down. I was afraid you might add theanine. I don't think you ever have to worry about that in an Apollon pre-workout. Pretty sure you won't ever have to worry about that. Robbie and I both are not big fans of it in the pre-workout context.
That doesn't even come up in conversation unless to make fun of it.
Yeah. Pete, a new nootropic. I'm listening and waiting. Soon, Pete, it will be released. Soon.
Yeah, I would say probably May we're already going to have it. I mean, I think it's going into production within the next week or two. But the closer we get, I'll let Robert speak about it because that's more of his signature moves, like I said.
You already made like a calendar with all the releases that you're gonna do this year?
Yeah, we did a calendar, and this is something that we fucked up with last year where we didn't do the calendar. We were just like fucking releasing one after another one. It was a complete mess. This time around, we actually stuck to the schedule. We did the schedule up until I think June or July because we didn't want to go like too far ahead, just because you never know. And so far, we've been on point. So far, I think we've been on point with all the releases. It just Hooligan was supposed to be released April 15th, and we bumped it up 1 week. That's it. But so far, everything is on point for sure. So that's the reason why I said, the flavors, the initial flavors, we're not as picky. But the new products, I mean, if you think about it, January we had a new product, February we had a new product, March we had a new product, April, obviously, Hooligan can be considered a new product as well, because it's not just a flavor. And then in May, we're going to have the new Tropic, but down the line, the multivitamin, there was a bit of a problem with some of the ingredients, specifically Trex, Albion. There is a serious shortage. They're behind on everything. So that one, we kind of like, either we're going to have to replace them because it's been already delayed by about 6 months. And then, and then the sleep formula. So I would say that every month we target to release a new product or at least upgraded version. And then in between, flavors less picky because it's just a flavor announcement. It's the same formula. So don't want to like overhype shit and say like, oh, look, you know what? New fucking candy flavor, game changer, bullshit like that. It's just a fucking flavor.
Yeah, but you're still don't want to like risk and like overlap on products, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
I still think that if you're releasing a product, you should like show it like and give it like a proper time and respect.
That's yeah, and you're right. Because about releases. That's the reason why I said that. If we are releasing a Hooligan, for example, right now on April 22nd, I mean, obviously, you want to use that hype and you want to use that release. And, like Shane said, this is a big one because Hooligan is probably one of our flagship products. And you don't want to take anything away from it. But Hooligan is already associated with Apollon. You already know it's Hooligan, it's Apollon, that's it. But the sleep formula also deserves a respect because that's something that we haven't done before. So releasing it a week after Hooligan, from a marketing perspective, it would be very, very stupid. And, the formula that I showed you, that you said it has your face on it, Robert just did a write-up on a formula, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. So now we have to figure out when to release that one. So, and it won't take that much time. So now we pretty much have April, May, June already fucking taken. So that's the reason I'm trying to pace ourselves.
That one needs to have a stamp of approval, Lukasz stamp of approval, something like that.
I think that's. I think that should be the case. I do think so.
Yeah.
You know, I just realized. I realized who Lukasz reminds me of. I've been staring at him like I'm in love with him, which I probably am. He does remind me of Donald Cerrone.
Who is that?
Who?
Have a look. Have a look. Donald Cerrone, UFC.
I never heard of the man.
I know. Surprise.
How do you spell Cerrone?
Cerone. Donald Cerrone.
Cerone. There we go. All right. What you think, Lukasz?
Oh, come on. He looks like him.
I need a cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat, yeah.
Try the one without, that one without the hair. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Does that work?
Yep.
There we go. All right. Okay. Chaos Crew raises caffeine, adds an extra for the 2022 edition of Bring the Chaos. UK brand. Do y'all sell much of this, Lukasz?
Yeah, I know the brand, but we don't stock them nor sell them. I think they go more like a direct type of a model, but in the UK market they are stocked by some retailers.
Okay. You got 4 grams of L-citrulline, 3,200 beta-alanine, 300 caffeine, 300 an extra, 250 kupuasu extract. Now, I'm wondering if this is kind of the end around to get some theacrine alkaloids out of it, because theacrine is naturally occurring in kupuasu.
But below you got L-theanine, it's like 150 milligrams.
Yeah, they lowered that. We've got lotus leaf extract, which has can be a source of hygenamine and some other fun alkaloids. Juglans regia extract could have some DMHA-like alkaloids. Got niacin in there to light your face on fire, bioperin for absorption, and a lot of vitamin B12 to make your pee neon yellow.
Thoughts?
It's got stim and pump and performance. It's missing a little, you put enough stims that's going to heighten your focus to a certain degree. I'd like to see some tyrosine or CDP choline in there personally. Other than that, I don't have much to complain about.
Do you guys think this is boring?
I mean, it's a very standard, straightforward. The an extra is interesting. The kupuasu fruit could be interesting depending on what they're standardizing for. It would feel good minus the 150 theanine, but I mean, overall, it's a pretty standard, straightforward pre-workout. It's not bad and it's not exceptional. It's very, it's a very solid. I would say a solid kind of pre-workout.
I'll try to be the nice one. I'll let Lukasz be the bad guy. So I won't say boring. I would say not exciting.
Just like think about it. Scratch beta alanine from this formula and L-theanine, right? And add to it like a focus type of ingredient. Let's say alpha GPC.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Tyrosine, alpha GPC, CDP choline, something in there.
Yeah. Just like make that kind of like a move.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the formula now after like changes?
Oh, it would be better for sure. I mean, this is just very forgettable, you know.
Yeah. We also don't know what maybe their consumer base really likes beta alanine, or they've in any kind of polling that Chaos Crew's done, maybe they find that their consumers actually like tingles and the niacin in there. Maybe. I mean, it's just an outside chance since we don't have access to their consumer network. So.
Instead of niacin, I would like just also scratch this stuff and, for example, add like a spirulina or something like that.
Add
just
what?
Spirulina.
Why would you add that to a pre-workout?
I would definitely add spirulina into a pre-workout.
Yeah, but there's no exercise data on it, at least from what I've seen. I don't think.
Well, the Polish scientists have been doing like a lot of studies as far as like the spirulina effect of performance and human health.
Ah, okay.
Ergolog recently posted a paper review on a recent study that was published this year or last year by Polish scientists from Lublin. You can check it out. It's on Ergolog. Wow. Just by adding few, go down. Yeah, this one. A few spirulina tablets a day. Yeah, lower the blood pressure for 5 points.
Yeah, but I'm saying that doesn't necessarily mean it belongs in.
Of course, yeah. I'm not saying it's related strictly to performance, but there's been some stuff. There's been more studies about the spirulina, and from even the Joey from Glaxon has been using spirulina in many of his formulas. So
yeah. Oh no, I'm not disputing the benefits of it. I think it's. I mean, I take 3 to 6 grams of it every day. I usually mix it in my yogurt bowl at night before bed.
Yeah.
I take it. Yeah, but I mean, I know NutriBio uses it for coloring a lot in their stuff.
Yeah. Just like turmeric has been used by for the coloring purposes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely something interesting, and I also think that in near future we will see much more stuff with spirulina infused products.
Yeah. Spirulina administration may have a supportive effect on the prevention and treatment of hypertension. Write the polls. More exact, randomized controlled trials are needed to clarify the effect of spirulina supplementation on blood pressure. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And of course, pine bark extract with blood pressure is pretty well known.
Mm-hmm.
Enhancing nitric oxide and all that good stuff. Simon says, when he does his evil look, he is kind of alike.
I agree.
All right. Any other comments or questions you guys got? Get them in quick. Let's see what else we can roll through. Not even going to dignify that by discussing that product. That's bad. Performax teases a second pump supplement in capsule form. There's no details on that, though.
Yeah.
Whenever that is revealed, we can discuss that one. I'm curious to see what Aaron is working up.
There's only an announcement that they are coming with.
Yeah. Standalone creatine. Okay. That's boring. Have you tried these? The beef jerky stuff from Animal, Robbie or Lucas?
I haven't, but I would love to try that because I mean, building is something that I really, really enjoyed when I was living in South Africa. So it's a very South African thing. Would love to try it out.
I didn't try it yet, but after talking with Jay from Animal and Shane was super impressed with it, and I'm a huge fan of a biltong, so
Yeah.
it's like a kryptonite for me. So yeah, I can smash like bags and bags and bags of this stuff. So yeah.
How
We
much?
don't-
How much sodium is in it? Probably a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Most beef jerkies are pretty high in sodium.
Yeah.
Do you see any trends as far as like functional foods in US nowadays? As far as like I don't know, maybe protein bars or like those
The
kind.
keto cereals. I mean, keto cereals is what I see a lot in the grocery stores. I haven't looked at the protein bars. There's collagen, and they're putting collagen on everything a lot too.
Speaking of protein bars, I was catching up with your live from
Mhm.
yesterday you did with Sandy,
Yeah.
and you had the Synfit US bars, right?
Yep.
So they decreased the size of the bars, right?
Yeah, the old bars are about that big.
Yeah.
And they were 350 calories, 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, and I don't know, 15 or 20 grams of fat.
So
Maybe
this,
it was 10 or 12 grams of fat. The new bars are 250 calories, 20 grams of protein.
so this more like another copycat of outright bars, if I could say that.
It's kind of like that. The texture, outright bars and the authentic bars beat the Synfit bars. I mean, if we're looking across the spectrum of the flavors in the lineup, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even close. The Synfit bars, those were just not good. Especially the peanut butter one and the chocolate one were hard as a fucking rock. Where you don't even just you can't bite through it. You have to take it on your teeth and just pop it off.
Yeah.
The
I
other
was-
flavors were good, but those two, I was really disappointed. I expected better.
Yeah, I was watching the review, and when Sandy took, I believe it was the peanut butter flavor, and she smashed the bar on the table, and you could like hear
Yeah,
it
man.
was like a fucking hard as a rock, as you said. It was.
Yeah, just not good. Not good. I'm gonna go break out that clip and upload that as a separate review to the channel, just so that'll be some other content to get on there in case people miss the live or anything.
You bought these bars from your own cash, or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was a deal on TJ's site on Fitness Deal News, so I went on there. That's where I get most. Anytime I see a deal on that or like My Protein, he'll usually have those deals on his site, and I'll go and try it. And I mean, you can say it's a tax write-off too. It's for business because I'm reviewing supplements as part of my job and discussing
Mhm.
them.
Yeah.
So, it's fine. It's $100 if you buy 5 or 6 flavors, and it's $1 a bar by the time they go on sale. It's
Mhm.
not bad, and that can be breakfast for me, regardless of how hard they are. It'll be breakfast. It can be a breakfast.
You can
snack
always
or something
put it
for
in
me.
the microwave for like 5 or 10 seconds.
We tried that with the chocolate one. It made the taste worse. It made the taste considerably worse when I nuked the chocolate bar. I didn't try the peanut butter one. Yeah, it was gross, man. It made it not good at all. It's just like dry, almost unsweetened or very lightly sweetened cocoa powder, or like the powdered hot chocolate mix. That chocolate part was gross, and I love dark chocolate. I mean, I routinely have 85%, 90% dark chocolate that I would just go and eat. This stuff was not good, not good. I hope they're retooling it or making a new batch or something.
I'm hearing like mixed opinions as far as Greg Doucet, his bar, Seco
Somebody
bar.
sent me left a comment in the YouTube section to review his bar and then Remington James's
Anna
Anna
bar.
bar. Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't tried either of those.
Yeah, Anna bar is more like an outright bar.
Mm-hmm.
but it's covered in chocolate.
Okay.
It's also like 260 to 80 calories per piece.
Mm-hmm.
And Alma bar is and Seco bar it's like 210 calories, 21 grams of protein, something like that. It's lower in calories, but it has the different build up. But some people said that it's hard, and some people said it's good. So that's why I really wanted to. Would be cool to hear your opinion, because
$30 a box and a bundle of 3.
yeah.
I don't know if I really want to pay $3 a bar for a protein bar. That's the only thing. I don't know if I want to waste my money on that at full price.
Yeah.
21, 11 fiber.
You may find like a discount code or something like that, but you know, because he already had like a plenty of ambassadors, you know, that they are like working for him, but
yeah, I'll have to go check. Multi-oligosaccharides, IMOs, whey protein isolate, whey crisps, milk chocolate, soy lecithin, vanilla, natural peanut butter, veggie glycerin, and cocoa powder. Interesting. Where's it going to go with? Alpha Lion. Speaking of Drew and Alpha Lion. It's newest Superhuman Pre-Workout, and it is all about performance. Superhuman Sport. Now, typically, we've seen other pre-workouts labeled sport before, and that usually means kind of a watered-down entry-level pre-workout kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what this is. Confirmed what separates it from other Superhuman pre-workouts. It is indeed more of a sport or endurance-style product, featuring ingredients focused on supporting energy, hydration, performance, and recovery. That is obviously quite different from your typical sports nutrition combination of energy, focus, pumps, and performance. Okay. So in a full serving, we got 2.5 betaine, 2.5 D-ribose, 2,000 ornithine, 150 L of ATP, 75 caffeine, 25 extended release caffeine, gram of Pico 2, 500 of Aquamin, 300 of Rodeo Prime, 400 Vitacherry, and 50 of Astrogen. I mean, it's outside of wanting more energy or something for the endurance space. I mean, it fits. It certainly fits. Or somebody like you're just going to play a game of pickup basketball or something. It's got all the energy and ATP support right here. A smidge of caffeine. Some people may want more caffeine before going out to play a sport or something. But I mean, overall, I don't really have any major gripes with this product. For its targeted application, I think it fits very well.
I like it personally.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, they stole my heart with the Pico too. So yeah. Plus, you know, I'm also a big fan of Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Naughty
Is
Boy.
it only rich in calcium, or does it have some potassium in there too? Like everything I see, it says it's standardized for calcium. Is everything that I see?
I've also heard it's rich in potassium as well.
Okay.
Like Naughty Boy has been using it for like in most of their newest formulas. They added Aquaman, so they're like a big fans of it.
Yeah, I know Chris at Inspired uses it a lot, and does Ghost use it too? I think the first place I saw it was Inspired, but I don't know if they were the first ones to actually use it, but that was the first company I ever remember seeing it with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, betaine, the D-ribose. The D-ribose dosing is all over the place. Some studies for like cardiovascular support, I think, use 2.5 to 5 grams, but it's been dosed up as high as 10, 15, or 30 grams. So it can really kind of go all over the place.
Do you think that the ribose may clump the product?
Do I think it'll clump?
Yeah.
I've never heard of any issues with D-ribose and clumping, but I don't know off the top of my head. It works. I like it.
Especially for the sports purpose.
Yeah. Sridhar, They had fancy chocolate bars here in California. Check out the Functional Chocolate brand. Okay, good to know. Justin Thompson. Why don't more bars or functional foods use just fats for flavoring? I get a lot of complaints that most bars use too much sugar or artificial sweeteners. Couple of issues, I guess. The fats, it depends on what kind of fat they're using. They may not be shelf stable. And there's also a lot of people that are scared of higher fats. There's still that phobia around fat to a certain extent. But probably when people want bars, they want something. The fats could improve the overall texture of the bar and make it a little bit softer.
Yeah.
But it's not going to add sweetness. And I think most people are trying to go to a protein bar because they want something to replace a candy bar. And you're not going to get that with fat. You'll get a better texture and a better mouthfeel, but you won't get that sweetness, I think. At least that's what my brain is, regurgitating right now.
Justin, did you ever try Good Fats bar or something like that? It's more like a keto bar, but if you're gonna try it, you will have answer to your question why companies doesn't like add that much fat into a bar. Because as Robert said, they give you this good mouth feel, but on the other hand, the bar lacks in flavor a lot.
Yeah. Logan, since you guys were talking about spirulina, I wanted to ask if you guys ever heard of Eclonia cava. Yes, I have. I remember working on an article on it a long time ago for some of the other websites I used to write for. And it was in, what company? Was that BLR, Black Lion Research, that used it in one of their muscle builders from a long time ago?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was.
Black Lion Research, yeah.
Yeah, Black Lion. Yeah, they've always had some really cool stuff that they've managed to work out, different extracts and things like that.
Yeah.
I had not personally used Eclonia cava, so I can't attest to whether or not it's effective or will lead to any kind of benefits, but I do remember writing on it a very long time ago. We're talking like 2016, 2017. So I don't remember much of what I wrote about it back then. Sridhar, forgot to mention, Functional Chocolate made chocolate for libido, PMS, sleep, energy, etc. Okay, I gotta pull this up then.
That sounds interesting.
Functional Chocolate.
Dedicated to libido and PMS.
The Functional Chocolate Company. Here we go. All right. Let's see what you got here, Sridhar. What kind of crazy stuff y'all are cooking up in California out there? The Functional Chocolate Company. Brainy chocolate. Let's see what's in their brainy chocolate. Sexy chocolate. Sleepy chocolate. Rhythm chocolate. Carefree chocolate. Good Lord.
Hold on, it's just like a 6 square type of a bar?
Yeah, and let's see what else it's got in here. Okay, we got proprietary focus blend, 1,600 milligrams per entire bar. 533 milligrams per serving. So a very pixie dusted amount of bacopa, ginkgo, acetyl L-carnitine, theanine, rhodiola, DMAE, green tea extract, glutamine, tyrosine, DHA, which is one of the omega-3 fats, chocamine, phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylcholine, all natural bitter blocker, and non-GMO orange crystals. Fair trade chocolate, fair trade natural vanilla extract, non-GMO soy lecithin, pure cane sugar. Have you tried these, Sridhar? Do they taste good? Do they taste terrible? What's in their energy chocolate? This is maca, ashwagandha, taurine, vitamin C, tyrosine, standardized schisandra berry, standardized green tea extract, chocamine, bitter blocker, palmol B complex vitamins, fair trade non-GMO espresso coffee beans.
I don't like when brand is putting like one serving is like 2 squares, So it's like 1 serving per container. Who's gonna eat just like one serving?
True.
Especially in this quantity.
Yeah.
We'll smash the entire bar.
All right, let's see what's in the PMS flavor.
Rhythm chocolate.
Rhythm chocolate. All right. 287 milligrams of an 86 ingredient proprietary blend that includes evening primrose oil, 10% GLA, Vitex chasteberry or chasteberry, organic high vitamin D3 mushroom powder, sure, wild yam extract, dong quai root extract, cramp bark extract, that's a fitting one for a PMS chocolate, cinnamon bark CO2 extract, pure ginger extract, black cohosh extract, safzarine saffron extract, and palmol B complex. I don't know if these are things are actually going to have any kind of effect whatsoever. It's an interesting idea. I'll give them that. And you're probably going to make millions because people will flock to this stuff and buy it.
Especially the hippies.
Yeah. I mean, California is rife with them. Not to disparage Street Horror Devin, who live out in California. But, there are some wackadoodles out there. There's wackadoodles everywhere. But there seems to be a higher percentage in certain regions than anything.
These type of products are dedicated to hippies, I think. And also
I think so.
Yeah, the hype, the presentation, the marketing, the idea, everything is pretty cool. This is definitely something that's probably can generate a lot of cash flow, especially from a certain market. But when you look deeper into it, you see a lot of flaws. I like the presentation as well.
Yeah. Sweetheart, I had no need to try them. And at $7.50 a bar, it's expensive. No shit. The 85%, 90% dark chocolate bars I get, it's $2.50 a bar, and that sucker's, I get 10 or 12 squares on it. Just wanted to share. No, we appreciate it. I didn't figure you were buying it, but anytime we can get these kind of little topics on here, it's interesting. I just pulled up the reviews for the functional chocolate. I look forward to my period now because I have an excuse to buy this delicious and effective chocolate. The main issue, I love it so much, sometimes I can't help but eat it all in one sitting. But truth be told, I generally crave chocolate before my period anyway. And at least in this case, there is a really nice herbal benefit. It really does make a difference. Thanks for making it.
Wow, could it be any better written? Robert, you fired. This is who we are getting to write articles for us.
Please do. Jeanette, so much better than period pills. I've never had bad cramps, but my emotional state and bloating feels so unbearable before and during my cycle. Whenever I start to feel off, I check my period app. And when I see that I'm in this section with the little clouds signifying PMS, that means I get to eat my rhythm chocolate. God, you need a fucking app to tell you when to eat some chocolate? Society is fucked. Society is fucked.
And we are complaining about theanine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, BCAs and theanines look like heaven.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Oh man. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I need to go watch Rocky 4 to boost my testosterone.
Bro.
Logan, I love this theater act from you, Robert. Do what I can to make you guys enjoy.
That was pretty impressive. Yeah.
I try. Bring some levity to the situation when we're talking about period chocolate. Do people actually believe these reviews?
Definitely.
Unfortunately, some people
definitely
do, Brooke.
And probably the number is far greater than, people like us.
Yeah.
You ever read the reviews on brand sites? If you're buying a product or something, do you read some opinion?
No, because that's exactly what I just said. Guys like you and people that are probably here right now, we do understand, what we want from a supplement. Like you said, you wouldn't even try Jym's pre-workout because you just read the ingredients. It was enough to kind of, push you away from the product and not to be interested in it. But there are others who are reading reviews because they don't know what they're reading in terms of supplement facts and ingredients. they're the ones who are going to buy the product. They're the ones who are going to buy the chocolate, and that number far greater than people like you. So it all makes sense, unfortunately.
They also have a Menopause Chocolate Bar. I was going to try and scroll through these reviews to see what kind of ridiculous stuff.
I mean, somebody said recently, I don't even remember where I saw it. Maybe even we talked about it. I don't know. Like you go on Amazon, and actually one of my manufacturers showed me some product that, I mean, if you look at the supplement facts, it's an absolute garbage. Oh, actually, I showed it to you, Robert. We discussed this. I was like, it was a skin or collagen, some vitamins, some crap. And they selling tons and tons and tons of it. You and I made fun of it a couple of weeks ago or a month or two ago, and we said, like, it's an interesting concept. How can we make it better? And we talked about it, but none of the ingredients, the formula, I mean, it's just an absolute crap. Apollon doesn't even come close. You know, like companies like Apollon, Morphogen, like Lycopro, all these companies that are releasing, like, you know, kick-ass products, all of us put together, we don't bring as much as that one product on a monthly basis. That just tells you that hype and proper marketing and cheap products work.
Agreed. Brooke, if you're depending on this chocolate to fix your problems, you have far more serious issues. Agreed. Sadly, I know a few people like that. Sometimes my girlfriend buys things similar to that, and I'm always like, I'm right here. You can always talk to me. Yes. Communication is key. Communication is key. Unless these girls start talking too much, and then you just kind of need to, never mind. I don't want to get us banned off YouTube for me making a joke that gets taken out of context. Never mind. All right. Last call for any comments, questions. Get them in quick. And while I do that, I'll do all the shameless promotion and plugging. Make sure to sign up for notifications. Stack3D.com. Subscribe to Shane's podcast. Leave him a good review, but not a better review than the Final Scoop, because we actually show up on podcast day, unlike Shane. And hopefully he's listening right now to hear all this. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with family, friends, and loved ones. If you're looking for some either more interesting information, you can check out the link below to subscribe to Supplement Engineer Patreon. Or you can sign up for the newsletter. I send out a once weekly free newsletter email blast where we do some ingredient drive-bys, do some research recaps and whatnot. So that's always kind of fun stuff. Make sure to always tune in. Do whatever else we can if you're interested in a big, sweet, ginormous,
fat
discount. Use code FINALSCOOP at ApollonNutrition.com.
Remember, guys, we are the fattiest podcast, so we offer only the fattest discount.
Thanks for the stream, Brooke. Thank you for always tuning in. And thank you to Brooke for being part of the Patreon community. Release the super secret nootropic of my dreams. Read the latter in a threatening tone. Logan, don't get canceled, Robert. That's fine. If I do, I'll just go back to working in my hole like I have been my entire adult life. It's fine. YouTube wants to kick me off. I'll go on Twitch or Odyssey or some other place that doesn't get you deplatformed for just giving an opinion or making a joke.
I got some space in my bunker, so you're always got a place to stay.
Outstanding. Sridhar, make sure to subscribe to Stack 3D Podcast and notifications. Yes, Shane's lucky. He got 2 shout-outs and didn't even bother to say he wasn't going to be here today.
Because he doesn't appreciate his fans the way we do.
No, we appreciate you guys, even if Shane doesn't have the gall to show up on time. It's fine. All right, gents. Good seeing y'all again. Listeners out there in YouTube land, thank you for tuning in, and we will check you out all next time on the Final Scoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Take care, guys.